Hey, what's up, guys? So, I have a really fun deck that I've been working on today. My dog always comes in on these intros, doesn't he? Anywho, I have a fun deck today that I like to call Fruit Tribal. Um, let's just go jump in and look at the deck list on TTS. So, right away, we're looking at a Ladogon and Drataya decks. Ladogon is 7/8 for 2. When player casts Ambrosia or Golden Apple Discord, you can target destroy a card. That sounds pretty good. Drataya, when you player casts Ambrosia, draw 2 cards. Very good. We like when people play Ambrosia for ourselves, and now we have a reason for our opponent to not want to play theirs. So, what are those 2 cards, and why are these cards built around them? So, Golden Apple Discord. 1 cost, we discard a card from our hand in order to discard a card from an opponent's hand and make them take 2 cards from the top of the deck, put them in the underworld. With Ladogon in play, this is now discard a card from our opponent's hand, destroy a card on their field, and put 2 of their cards into their underworld from their deck. It becomes very powerful in that case. And Ambrosia, if you don't already know what this card does, it's a 1 cost, return 3 spirits from your underworld to your spirit deck. It's played in almost every deck as a 1-of, making our Drataya and Ladogon even better. Because now even if our opponent plays their Ambrosia, we get Drataya or Ladogon to trigger. So that's the core of the deck. So we run 3 of each of those cards because that's what our deck is trying to do. So what's our support for those 12 cards? We have Equalinks to help deal with our opponent's pesky runes. Equalinks is a very strong rune disabler, knocks out back rows really easily. It's a strong card overall. We have Rummagem to find our Drataya, because Drataya Ambrosia is not going to work if we can't find them in the first place. So we'll use Rummagem to go find our Dratayas. We'll use Pandasin to recycle our Ambrosias and Golden Apples in the mid to late game. If we can find ways to, say, if we have an Equalinks in play, we can Nexus onto Pandasin, so we don't lose the Pandasin, get our Ambrosia back, and just kind of loop a bunch of Ambrosias, hopefully, if the game goes that long. Giraflora will help us either get back a Panda, or help us get back a Drataya, or an Equalinks, depending on what we need. I don't like Giraflora too much, but it's a card that's going to help us get the cards back that we need because we're playing a very focused kind of combo deck, if that makes sense. Want to make sure that we get our cards back. We have 3 Earthquake for Elestral removal. Proactive removal is always good. We have 2 Fully Forest. Again, it's Earth likes Fully Forest. It's a lot of 4 stats in the deck. This pushes into a 5, making them more resilient to the 1-drops. And with like Equalinks in the deck, it'll help keep some stats up. It'll turn Ladogon into a 7 or a 9/10, which is huge. Well, of course, it's an okay card. It's cuttable, but it's not that bad. Demeter is a nice Nexus bank. It's also nice to give +3 to our Drataya or something to get it to 5, potentially attack over something. We have Poison Tip and Shield of Achilles, both very strong, counter rune removal. Rise from the Ashes is a little spicy in the deck because if we have a rough hand or a hand where we can't get Ladogon out, we could discard Ladogon to Golden Apple and then get it into play and start using its abilities. Or maybe we ascend, which you'll see in the gameplay footage coming up, into a Ladogon. Drataya goes into Underworld, and we rise from the ashes of Drataya before starting our Ambrosias and Golden Apples and start comboing off that way. So it's a way to get our Drataya back after ascending and just start doing the Ambrosia, fruit tribal stuff. And then we have Drop Power and Drops Elite, great cycle card. It's great in the early game when you have 4 or 5 cards in your hand. You're trying to find those Ambrosias or Golden Apples to start comboing with. And Nectar of Gods, just a good solid draw option. You could have any amount of Drops Elite and Nectar Gods in your deck and it'd be alright. So that's deck. I have 1 game to show you with it. It's quite a fun game. And I'm going to dub over it like I did in my last couple videos because my audio doesn't want to cooperate. So see you in the gameplay and you'll see exactly what this deck is trying to do the entire time. And let's just jump right into it. Alright, so this is my opening hand. I start with Nectar God, Rise from Ashes, Golden Apple, Ladogon. I'm like, cool, this is everything I need except the Drataya or something to ascend from. And I draw the Drataya or whatever. I'm like, cool. And a shield. I'm ready to protect the Drataya. This is exactly kind of where this deck wants to be. I'd prefer to have Ambrosia over the Golden Apple in my hand. But worst case here, I can use Golden Apple to get Ladogon out. I debated doing that turn one, but that's super risky and risk the blowout. So I wanted to play slow here, protect the Drataya, and at worst I could then rise from the Drataya to, ascend Ladogon out or something. My opponent nogged. My opponent's playing a Thunder Wind Voltempest deck, and he just starts with an Ash Rabbit, digs for some cards, ends up taking a shield, so now I got to worry about a shield the entire time. But I know I have, a lot of removal options with Ladogon in my deck, Equal Links in my deck. Not too worried yet. He plays Drops of Leaf. I'm not too worried about Drops of Leaf. He only drops for 2, and I went from not worried about Drops of Leaf to, oh man, his hand must be really strong to only cycle back 2 cards with that drops. So now I'm a little like, what's he got? And he starts playing all the face downs, and I'm thinking, yeah, he definitely has a strong hand. Probably a couple shields or something. I don't know. And then I drop Ambrosia. I'm like, okay, cool. I got Ambrosia. I have Ladogon. This is going to be a really strong turn. Even if he poison tips this Ladogon, I'm going to get so much value here. Send it to Ladogon, no response. And I'm just thinking, oh, it's about to get real. So this is what the deck wants to do, right? We get a Ladogon out. We rise from our Drataya into play. Has come into play and attack because of rise from. And now we can just start knocking cards out. I Ambrosia, getting back 3 Earth. I get to draw 2 cards. I get to destroy one of his cards. So for 1, I recovered 3 spirits, drew 2, and destroyed a card in this field because of Ladogon and Jatire are both in play. And now I'm going to play Golden Apple, getting rid of my other Ladogon because I don't need 2. Now I'm going to discard one of his cards at random, destroy another rune in play, and mill 2 cards from his deck. Like, that's what this deck wants to do. I'm just checking his deck quick. I wasn't sure what I destroyed there because I wasn't paying attention. It's like, cool, got a shield. I'm just thinking, all right, that's what this deck wants to do. I'm golden. I'm going in. I got this. This match is mine to take now. I know he still got a face down, but I'm risking it. I'm going for the Ash Rabbit. I just had a great turn. I'm going to keep pushing that pressure. I still have a shield of my own face down, and I roll with it. And I doesn't have a shield, or maybe he just didn't want to trigger it there. I get in for some damage, clear his board out, and I have a huge dangerous board he's got to worry about. And so my opponent plays a P-Gust, and I immediately just like, alright, there goes my shield. But I got another one in hand, so I'm alright. And then he plays another rune, which I know he drew 1 shield. Did he draw 2 shields? That's kind of running through my mind. So I'm gonna, play to the meter to punch my Drataya to break the P-Gust. And attacking the P-Gust Drataya just to get it out of the way. And like, do I attack the Ladogon or not? I decided to just not risk the other shield. I can go find, eventually some more ways to get rid of his back row. Either I find an Equal Links, or I find a Panda, or I find Apple, or Ambrosia. All of those will knock out his back row, and that's what I'm worried about at the moment. He plays another P-Gust and knocks out another face down of mine. So he just knocked out both of my shields back to back. And he plays Zeus, and then he plays another Zeus, and I immediately go, oh no, this danger chicken just killed my Ladogon. And there goes my Ladogon, lost to a P-Gust. And I'm just, oh, it's rough. Like, I was really banking on that. And I drew another shield, which has done nothing for me this game. And I feel like I'm in a little bit of a tight spot here. I draw a card by expending 1, and I get a drop. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to get rid of Earthquake. He might play something here, so let me try to use Drataya to clear out that P-Gust, which he altars to his P-Gust to make my Drataya go into defense. Like, I just can't win here. I'm having a real rough time. Thankfully, that was a Thunder he Nexus, so not too dangerous here because he doesn't get to pop my back row. Plays the drops. He's got that many cards in hand. I feel good about that. He plays another drop. Draws a card from the drops. He's just cycling through drops. I'm thinking, all right, that's good for me. He just drew some cards. He doesn't have an answer yet in his hand. Let's see what he plays. He plays some Nectar. I'm like, well, He's still digging. That's good for me. Spending more spirits. He's already at 5 now. The Pigus isn't that scary, but he can just throw a wind on it to destroy my back row. See where he goes from there. He moves to send his Pigus into a Griffuse. And I immediately just go, I'm going to take a lot of damage here, but I'm going to really throw him off and just knock out that Volt Tempest so easily because he used his last Thunder in the Zeus, getting rid of the protection from Volt Tempest. Volt Tempest is going to have 5 spirits here, or 4. No, it should have 5. Yeah, he had the other spirit because it should have 5 spirits on it from the Ascension cost. I'm like, cool, I can Earthquake that, blow it out. I'm not, out of this game, even though that Volt Tempest is scary. So immediately just Earthquake. Let's go. Knock out that Volt Tempest. No response. I don't think I needed the 2 Dratayas, so I'm just going to cycle that other Drataya back into my deck and try to find an Ambrosia, which is something more usable. I get a Panda. I have Ambrosia in my Underworld. Let me, draw some cards with my Panda. So I play Panda, I disenchant Panda, and I play Ambrosia. Or rather, I had Ambrosia in my hand and play Ambrosia. So I go grab 3 Tratless, healing a little bit. And because I have Drataya in play, I'm going to draw 2 cards as well, which is always nice to get. And I'm hoping for another Ambrosia or something to heal me with. I don't get it, so I'm like, I think I'm in the lead here. Let me go draw some more cards. Still don't get what I need, so I'm gonna, risk it as I still have 2 Ambrosias in the deck. I gotta be able to find them somewhere. Let me just send back 3 and draw another 4. And I'm just thinking in my head, I have a really good chance of drawing at least 1 Ambrosia here, so let me just get the Ambrosia so I can heal back and draw some more cards. And that was just really dumb and greedy of me, because I didn't get it. So now all of a sudden I'm in a bad spot. I'm overextending my resources. And I went from a very strong winning position to what am I doing here? Now I attacked here thinking, well, I got shield, check Drataya. So if he plays anything, I can shield it, use Drataya, attack, and he plays Exaltair, and that's the one card that beats me. Is his Exaltair Nexus, put me at 2. Exaltair attack. I no longer have the resources to shield, and I lose the game with us both on 0 spirits. It was a good match, and both decks did exactly what they're trying to do. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll have some more stuff for you coming soon. If you guys don't mind, I do appreciate any support you give me. Also, go support some of the other Elestrals creators. We're all pretty small time right now, and we're just having a fun time playing the game. So if you want to see us, play some more games, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Maybe like the video, and go check out my channels tab and see all the other creators for Elestrals. And you guys have a great day. Peace.